Well, we knew it was coming this winter, but now we know exactly when the Creature Commandos are set to land. Let's take a couple minutes to check out the premiere date, the release schedule, and a couple of new stills, and some interesting insight on the Creature Commandos and the DC Universe from James Gunn himself. Well, it looks like Creature Commandos are about to hit the road. DC Studios and Max have revealed the official premiere date for the upcoming series in a new poster, and along with that, we got a couple of stills, and even James Gunn teasing the plans for the DCU. Earlier today, Max announced that the upcoming 7-episode Max original adult animated series, Creature Commandos, will debut on Thursday, December the 5th. Now, the 7-episode series will be followed by one episode every week until July the 16th, meaning on premiere day, we are indeed only getting one episode, which is a bit of a bummer. Now, DC Studios made this announcement in the form of a poster, which you should be seeing right about now. And although the poster doesn't reveal a lot, it definitely gives us classic Suicide Squad vibes. Now, along with this poster, earlier today, Entertainment Tonight dropped a couple of new stills. And again, the stills don't reveal a lot of story details, but do provide us some extra looks at the characters. We get a quick look at Frank Stein with Rick Flag Sr., G.I. Robot enjoying some time with his, fellow GIs. And then the team together in some kind of action sequence featuring multiple team members seemingly shooting it out with an unknown enemy. Now, Entertainment Weekly also caught up with James Gunn himself and learned a little bit about what we can expect from this upcoming show, and Gunn had a lot to say. In the interview with Entertainment Weekly, he said, "The thing I've always loved about DC Comics was that you had your mainstream comics that always ran, but you had these tonally different comics like Watchmen and The Dark Knight Returns and All-Star Superman. It was different from Marvel in that way. That's something I really want to retain within the studio. That every project is going to bring a different vision by the artists who are creating it." Now, Gunn did go on to say that despite any, outward similarities, Creature Commandos is not just some version of the Guardians of the Galaxy in the DC Universe. Gunn said, quote, "I'm used to dealing with oddballs and irregular types and weirdos. That's what Guardians is. And Creature Commandos is kind of like Guardians without the sentimentality. The Guardians are really good characters at heart, and that just isn't necessarily the case with the creatures." Suggesting to me that there could definitely be some murderous mayhem associated with this group and morally ambiguous lines between good and evil. Now, Gunn did go on to say a little bit about how Creature Commandos will indeed set the stage for the new DCU, and suggested it's just, quote, "a taster for what's coming next summer with Superman." He said, "Superman is the true start of everything. It's a humongous epic. This is a way for people to just take a nibble and see what it tastes like. There are a ton of fun references to other DC stuff, a bunch of hints for things that are coming. So I think it's just an extraordinarily fun way to start." Now, honestly, from day one when Gunn was talking about the show, I've been super excited. It definitely does have parallels to, the Guardians of the Galaxy, but like he said, these guys aren't necessarily good guys, and that should definitely give a different vibe and expectations for the series. Obviously, Task Force M, or the Creature Commandos, Amanda Waller, and all the other characters that are part of the show are going to have some pretty interesting roles moving forward. We already know Rick Flag Sr. is part of Superman, and I can't help but wonder, in a chapter called Gods and Monsters, James Gunn kicking it off with all these monsters has to mean something. How important the series ultimately ends up being, we're going to have to wait and see.